The Mayor urges social media companies to tackle what he calls a dark blizzard of disinformation as City Hall claims a surge in malicious online activity. The Mayor of London, Sir Sadiq Khan, says the city is facing a dark blizzard of disinformation online and has asked social media companies and the government to do more to stop it. In a speech last night, the Mayor described new research suggesting hostile actors, including foreign states and far-right groups, are portraying the capital as a city in decline. He's written to social media platforms calling for action. Nicola Ford has more.
Fake news is a term we've all come to understand, but for London, the problem goes far worse, says the Mayor, Sir Sadiq Khan. He argues London is facing a dark blizzard of disinformation, where social media companies are the winners because it allows them to profit from division. Speaking at an event last night, he suggests organised extremist groups are sharing sensationalised images and videos taken out of context with a damning effect.
Overtaken by Islamist immigrants, where crime goes unpunished and basic decency has all but disappeared. Pro-Kremlin, pro-Beijing and pro-MAGA accounts then amplify this narrative as evidence of a collapse of a Western way of life.
So why the rise? Well, you heard there, the Mayor says that content's being driven by UK-based extreme right-wing groups, alongside accounts aligned with Russian or Chinese state interests and US-related political movements. City Hall has released new figures showing online activity that describes the capital as a dangerous city in decline increased by up to 200% in the past 2 years, while migration narratives referencing London surged by more than 350%. And there are times when made-up content can influence real-life events. Back in 2023, this deepfake video of the Mayor appeared to suggest Armistice Day should be delayed.
I control the Met Police. They will do as the Mayor of London tells them and obey orders.
Well, that video was a fake, but the Mayor said it nearly led to serious public disorder. AI experts say it's getting easier to do.
You can often just type in something on your keyboard and create a very realistic image or video in the space of a few minutes in some cases. And so I think what we're starting to see is that more and more people are being able to use these tools, and in some cases, unfortunately, for harmful purposes. And as a result of that, we are seeing more people spreading this type of AI-generated content, but in some cases not disclosing that this is not genuine or real.
Well, these trends emerged despite figures that showed London's homicide rate has fallen to its lowest level in more than a decade. But we've had 5 homicides in the space of a week, which is unusually high for London. The Mayor highlighted the danger of this content undermining perceptions of London as a place to visit and do business. He's calling on a new central body to deal with the scale and speed of this crisis and more aggressive enforcement of our existing rules, and also requests that tech companies provide vetted, independent researchers with access to their data. We asked several companies for their responses. Meta said it was constantly working to disrupt coordinated, inauthentic behaviour, adding that it had removed more than 200 networks globally and does not allow fake accounts or the artificial boosting of content. Telegram told the BBC it supports peaceful, free speech and that calls to violence were forbidden and are removed whenever discovered. The Mayor also urged the government to take a much tougher approach. A government spokesperson said social media firms were required under the Online Safety Act to remove illegal misinformation and that Ofcom had strong powers to act if platforms fail to comply.
Nicola Ford there. Well, as we're in an election period, we asked the other political parties in London for their response. The Conservatives told us that misinformation online must be challenged, but added the Mayor was attempting to stifle criticism of his failure to tackle crime. The Green Party said the Mayor is right to be correcting the record when it comes to online disinformation, and that Londoners are overwhelmingly inclusive, welcoming and kind. Reform UK told us that Sir Sadiq is attempting to make London look safer rather than improve crime rates. And finally, the Liberal Democrats said the mayor needs to stand up to his government colleagues and finally get the funding we need to keep our streets safe. And you can see more political reaction on our website, bbc.co.uk/London.